Where's your coffee?
Right over here. Where's your coffee?
I'm worried about you.
Your coffee. Brian, we got audio coming in here. Yeah, looks good.
Yep.
Good morning, Josh.
Hi, David.
It's been a few months since we've been in this room together here.
Well, we've been in the room. We just haven't been with these people here in this room.
Our loyal fans.
Hi, guys.
Top of the morning to you.
So here's a funny story for you.
Yeah.
And this is not only for you because you're feeling stressed right now. I don't know if you can tell it in Dave's voice, but Dave's feeling a little bit of stress right now. Last week, we had a giant client event, our biggest client event ever. And we recorded it.
Yeah.
And actually, we're going to talk about it a little bit today because that's going to also be the topic of our Job with Josh.
Yep.
But you randomly decided, I'm going to stream it live.
Yeah.
And we've tried to stream live before from our client events, and there's been a technical nightmare.
Sure.
And I was like, don't tell me you're streaming it live. Just like afterwards, I'll ask you what you did.
Yeah.
And you came up to me afterwards, you're like, it was flawless. Not one mistake, not one issue, like everything worked. And here we are 5 minutes late in our own studio because the software just decided to not happen.
It's been a while since we complained about technical difficulties here, so I figured...
You think we're due?
I think absolutely.
You know who doesn't care about technical difficulties?
Who?
All of those people.
All those people.
Yeah, they don't care at all.
We got a little bit too cocky, and we're like, we'll do it, and
Well, welcome to Job with Josh.
Yeah, welcome, yeah. There may be a tornado going through Elmhurst here any minute now, but if so, seek shelter, Josh.
The good news is if I was going to choose somewhere in this building to seek shelter, it'd probably be this room.
That's true. This is the lockdown room.
Yeah, it is. This is also like my 900th coffee today, so watch out.
If you need potty break, just we'll pause and go.
So, well, welcome, Job with Josh. It's been a fun. We've got a lot of things going on. Your old man's in town right now.
He sure is.
Cowboy Mike, who lives out in the Denver area. I don't want to spend too much because all of his followers will try and seek him out.
That's true.
But I know he's a little nervous today about the storms and what happens with the flights, and he's flying home today. So you said don't make fun of him, so I'm not going to.
Yeah, no, he's on edge.
Yeah, I won't do that.
Dad, worst case scenario, stay a few extra days. We got extra projects around the house for you.
Yeah, it's not nice.
Well, he loves doing projects.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. Yeah.
So, well, we've had some fun stuff going on. Actually, in our house, it's summer vacation, as it is in your house, and our kids are home. And Missy, my wife, she comes up with the most creative, wonderful ideas for occupying the kids in the summer. And last year, we went and we tried to find like the best bagels in Chicagoland.
I remember that.
And we had a donut shop in downtown Elmhurst that we loved. Everyone loved it. And it closed unexpectedly. And so we're like, we got to find a good donut shop.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what? Missy said to the kids, last year we went on the hunt for bagels. This year we're going to go on the hunt for donuts. And so we've been driving. Here's the rules. It can't be a chain. Hopefully it's a local mom and pop shop. And like it's just got to be like an old school bakery.
Yeah.
So Brian, if there's a picture here, if you can find it with our technical issues, this is my wife and kids outside of Dunk Donuts in Melrose Park.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't been sued yet.
Dunk, I know. Well, I think Dunk is so old it may have been around even longer.
Oh, it's old school.
It's an old school place. It's on Lake Street in Melrose Park. Deidre, who used to work with us, lived in River Forest, and when she would drive here sometimes, she would stop at Dunk Donuts. Dunk Donuts was fantastic. There's a place in Villa Park called Cuppy's Bakery.
Yeah, sure.
Cuppy's is great. It's been around for a long time. But last week, we tried something brand new, something I've never been to, and so far it is everyone's favorite. It is called Lilac Bakery in Lombard, on Main Street in Lombard.
Yeah.
You actually almost drive past it on your way here.
Yeah.
It's out of this world good.
Are you suggesting tomorrow when I come to the office I stop there first?
You should, yeah, on your way in. It's not too far from like where Landon will go to high school.
Yeah, really?
I think so.
I
think so.
Either way, I'll Google map it and I'll stop and get a couple dozen for us.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
But so this is our summer. We're doing donuts. So by the end of the summer, I'm gonna have a list for everybody, and we'll start going through evaluating donut shops. So if you'd like to partake, we can add to the list.
Well, partake, and then we can publish that list for our viewers.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
Back to food.
Back to food.
So, and the last thing, right now, our house is quiet and sad. It's not sad. It's actually quite happy. But my daughter Maggie is at summer camp this week, so we dropped her off. This is Maggie. Maggie is built for summer camp. She loves summer camp, so this is hers. We dropped her off, and that's the last we saw of her until we pick her up on Saturday morning. So it's kind of fun.
Is this the YMCA camp?
It's YMCA camp
Yeah.
down in Brookston, Indiana.
Okay.
So this is her 3rd year going.
Yeah.
She loves it, and she just comes home exhausted and dirty and had the time of her life. So
I remember the photo from last year where she's like on stage, like just hair flying, and they're like, "That's Maggie in a nutshell." Right
That
there.
was 2 years ago.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what and you don't hear from your kids all week long, which is great for us and her. But they have photographers that post pictures like 3 or 4 times a day, and so as a parent, you just sit there and you stare at all the pictures and try and find it. You're digging, So that first year, it was like the photographer just found Maggie.
Yeah.
Like took the most amazing pictures of Maggie. Last year we didn't see her at all.
Yeah.
It was like
That's
we'd
right.
hunt for her in the background of pictures.
That's right. That's right.
So
That's cool.
But-
Yeah, like you said, so my old man's in town. He's leaving today. Well, I mean, he may not get out today, but he's been here for a few weeks. And he chose like the best time because he got to see 8 of Landon's baseball games.
Whoa.
9 were scheduled. And Landon's having a really good year. That photo, he got the MVP for that game. He batted leadoff this game, which he's usually batting like 2nd or 4th, depending on the pitching. Went 4 for 4, 3 singles, double, 2 out, 2 RBI at bat. Like my little boy, my little man. But it was cool that my dad got to see that, and he's been pitching lights out too. Not in that game, but it was a lot of fun. And my dad has actually got to see Landon throw his first like changeup that actually struck a guy out. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah, Landon could definitely strike Brian out too. Like Brian would have no chance against him.
well,
Dave, did your dad get to witness Landon's first career home run?
No, he saw it. He saw it live on video, but he wasn't in town yet. Yeah, that was really cool. So, yeah, and there you have it.
it's summertime. I love summertime.
Yeah.
So, but we're not here to talk about too much about our family, but it's kind of where our life has been right now. So we are here to talk about
Compliance.
compliance, retirement. Anytime we talk about retirement, we got to talk about compliance. And so we're going to go through some fun stuff today. I am actually going to talk about a product today, which I don't normally do, but I want to show an example of something. But nothing we're saying today is to be construed as specific advice. It has to be the right thing for your situation. You're staring at us through a computer screen. We don't know anything about your situation. So we're happy to help. If you do want help identifying if it's right for your specific situation, just reach out to our office. We'll be happy to do that. But this is for informational purposes. Upcoming job with Josh.
Yeah, you know how to plug this. Sound effects.
It's fine.
Okay, yeah. Upcoming job with Josh is and then, okay, sorry, go ahead, take over.
What else we got coming up here, Brian?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, we got Social Security events next week. If you are around in the western and the southern suburbs, we're having 2 different events. On Tuesday, we'll be at the Lyle Library at 12:30 in the afternoon, and then again at 7 o'clock at night. We hope to see you out at Lyle. And the next day, we are going to be at the Downers Grove Library at 11:30 and 6:30, I believe.
Yep.
And so it's on our website.
Yeah.
So if you go to wellmint.com or...
That works.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, also your optometrist is going to be really happy with you that you're able to read that small print.
Well, I could read that, but if it was right here, that's what I have these sitting here
Not
for.
so much,
Welcome
yeah.
to 45.
Yeah,
Good
right
God.
on.
Anyway, so...
Uh-oh, what happened, Brian? We good?
We lost the scene. It's fine.
Oh,
we're good.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're fine here.
Yeah, we're fine.
So,
Cool.
anything else we're supposed to talk about?
Was there
before?
any other thing, anything else there, Brian? I can't remember. Top of my head.
There's a smile on Dave's face
Yeah.
that like he put something in there.
No. There's like the radio show slide.
Oh, look, radio show.
Yeah, radio show.
We gotta change the slide too because exciting news. We are now on not only Saturday mornings but also Sunday mornings, also 7, 8 a.m. So
Yes.
Look forward to that. And next month, I'm going to give a spoiler here. Next month, we have something super, super exciting. Do I even want to?
No, just leave it at that.
It's going to be something that you can have, that you can give, that I can physically give to you. That I think I am super, super excited for. So we'll roll this out next month.
All right.
All right.
Let's go. Giddy up.
Giddy up.
What are we talking about today, Josh?
we had a client event. Every quarter, we do a quarterly client education event, and I pick a topic that I think retirees are going to want to hear about. This last quarter was long-term care, and it was the most well-attended client event we've ever had, or at least RSVP'd until we had a giant storm come through and half of them canceled, which is actually great because the air conditioning wasn't working. It was just a wonderful day. That was the day that I spilled coffee on myself. I spilled water all over my desk. Our power got cut. Our internet got cut at home. And then I grabbed a door handle and got stung by a bee right before I presented to everybody. So it was just one of those days that I was like, well, this is going to happen.
One of them days that a girl goes through.
It was a very, very well-attended event where people were asking lots of questions. I'd actually never had one like this before. And so there was a lot of people that couldn't attend. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I wanted to get a few key points into people. If you'd like to see the full event, we have it, on our website, but somehow we'll get it to you. Just email Dave, ask him for it. It's fine.
Yeah, email us. We can get it to you.
But I want to go through a few of the key points for those who couldn't attend, and I'm going to dig a little bit deeper into some things for people who were there.
Cool.
So,
great.
So the Well-Meant Way, this is something that we go through pretty much every time. There's 5 key areas to retirement planning. And these areas are here in your working years, but they're actually more important in your retirement years. Usually on this show, we're focused on income or investments or taxes. Those are what we talk about mostly, but today we're actually going to spend time here in this healthcare portion of it. So this is important for everybody. We talk a lot about Medicare, but we're talking about long-term care today, and long-term care is a unique situation. This number here, this is a fun number that we put up there. The big red number, Dave, is 70%.
Yeah, I can see that.
You don't even need good eyes for that.
Yeah, right.
But 70%. So if you think about Americans turning age 65, and so of every American right now who's turning 65, according to the Department of Health and Human Services, there is a 70% chance that they will need long-term care at some point in time in their life, which is crazy. Like, that's a huge, huge number. And so we look at, long-term care insurance has been around for a long time. It has a bad rap, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But we look at those other odds. I had 2 other numbers up there, 1% and 4%. So 1% is the odds in your lifetime. So it's less than 1% odd that in your lifetime you will have a fire in your house that requires you to file a claim on your homeowner's insurance. 4% chance, there's a 4% chance in any given year that your car will get in an accident that you will file a claim on your auto insurance. Those 2 things we wouldn't, you don't think about having homeowner's insurance. It's such a big investment to buy a house, and you have to have it protected. And car insurance, we're actually required by law to have car insurance for these purposes. And so, but those percentages are super low. And then we look at that percentage of 70%, and it's such a high number. The odds of us needing some sort of care later in life, it's something we don't insure against. And it makes sense. And when we talk about care, people made fun of me last week for this, but there's the good old-fashioned bar chart, good old-fashioned line graph. And I'm in a graph, I'm not even talking about it right. Bell curve. This is the good old-fashioned bell curve.
I didn't know any better.
You're just like whatever chart you want to have.
Yeah.
Great. I love graphs, though, as you know. Graphs, maps, bell curves, they're all great. But what we have here is the average duration of people who need long-term care. So you reach age 65, there's a 70% chance. How long will you need it for? Men, on average, are going to get 2.2 years. And so women are 3.7. Now, long-term care is one of the few insurances out there that it actually costs more to insure a female than it does to insure a male. Usually it's the other way around. But for here, long-term care, Brian, if we go back to this graph here real quick, this is the median, or the average that comes in as that time period. But a lot of people are less than that average, and a lot more people are more than that average. And so, in fact, they say there's over a 20% chance that if you need long-term care, it's going to last more than 5 years. And so with that in mind, how are we going to fund that? How are we going to pay for that? How are we going to to take care of that. And so those are the questions that we really, really look at. Now, how do I pay for it? Well, first off, I always tell people, your life is going to change, so you're not going to have all your other expenses at the same time. But the first thing people think about is Medicare and Medicaid. And so are those two government programs there to help you? And the reason they think about it is because Medicare in itself, people think, well, that's going to pay for my, people think once I get to 65, I got Medicare, my health care is taken care of. And Medicare is great for your immediate needs, but long-term care is more designed to take care of you just with aging issues and recovery issues. Now, recovery, I mean from illnesses or accidents or whatever they may be. Now, Medicare will pay for some long-term care services, but they're very specific on their rules. One is you first have to spend 3 days in the hospital. And this can't be in the hospital for observation. They can't just be checking you out. It has to be for a reason. So maybe you had a surgery, maybe you had a fall or a stroke. You have to spend 3 days at a minimum in the hospital. You have to go from the hospital directly to the long-term care facility, so either a rehab facility or a nursing home, and they will pay for a maximum of 100 days. So once you get to more than 100 days, you're out of luck, no more. All right. Medicaid, on the other hand, they will pay for more services, but you have to be dirt broke to pay for it. I want to say you can't have more than $2,000 of liquid assets, and people will try and make themselves look broke. There's Medicaid planning that's out there, and for most of our clients, we don't recommend that at all because of the fact that when you hit Medicaid and when you're trying to get Medicaid, you're now at the whim of the government and whatever beds they want to place you in. You're not getting the best services. You're not getting where you probably want to be and where your kids want you to be. And so for a lot of our clients, as we're doing this planning, we're looking at how can we make sure that what you want to have happen actually happens. Our mission statement here at Wellment is to help make retirement the best part of your life.
I thought you were like, I mean, obviously I know it. I didn't know if you forgot it or not.
I don't know.
We didn't see the mission statement slide today, so.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, maybe I didn't put it on loop.
But.
Yeah, that was what it was, yeah.
Oh man, this coffee is so good.
It says the guy who's had 8 cups of coffee.
Yeah, watch out, Heather. She's got all this list of things for me to do back in the office.
You're gonna knock those things out.
Knock them out. Now, what? That was weird.
I mean, you set me up to say the mission statement, and I'm just like, huh? Like, I'm not. I'm thinking about.
Well, you love Medicare so much, and I've been talking about it. It's like a topic that instantly puts you to sleep.
Well, Medicare is my specialty.
It is.
Long-term care, I'm learning about.
You are learning about it. That's true.
Yeah.
But Medicaid is not something we plan for people, and so when we talk about funding for long-term care, we talk about it on a spectrum. And so in this spectrum is, on one end is pure long-term care insurance. So we go all the way out here on this spectrum, we got long-term care insurance. This is your traditional, you're gonna spend money like you would on an auto insurance. If you need long-term care, it'll pay for it. If you don't need long-term care, it's wasted. Now, on that end of the spectrum, getting long-term care insurance, first off, this is an insurance that's been around for a long time, but it is difficult to get nowadays. You have to be very, very healthy. It can be super expensive because of the fact that that 70% chance of needing it means that the insurance companies have to charge pretty high premiums, or they have to underwrite to where it's super hard to get it for you to be able to get it. And they have the right to raise premiums whenever they want to. And so we have to be cognizant of that. Most people don't like this end of the spectrum because of the fact that if they don't use it, that's a lot of money they've wasted. It's a lot of money that's gone out the door. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, the other end of this arrow, if we go looking all the way down here, this is pure self-insurance. This is, hey, I've got enough money set aside that I'm wealthy enough that I'll just use this money to pay for long-term care. And if you can do that, it's a great way to do it. But what we've seen a lot more in our office, and we've been having this now for probably 10 years, is a hybrid approach. Where, hey, we've got money for it, but I want to put it somewhere where if we need it for long-term care, it's got some unique privileges behind it. It's got some things that will benefit us for long-term care. And these products change all the time. And so what we look for in this, and this is a compliance nightmare, but we look for 3 wins. We're looking for 3 things that have it. And one is, if you need care, if you need long-term care, it has benefits for you. It's going to provide additional protections over just your money sitting somewhere for long-term care. So that's the first one. The second one is if you don't need care. So if you pass away peacefully in your sleep, the way most people want to go, having never needed long-term care, that money isn't wasted. It'll still go to your heirs, your kids, a charity, your spouse, whatever you might need it to go to. And the third win is, if you ever change your mind, if you think, hey, I'm not going to need long-term care, maybe you come into a windfall or whatever it might be, or maybe I just need the money, you can still get access to that money. Because those are the things that people are really looking for. If we say, hey, one option I have is I just have a CD, I just have cash, that's my long-term care money. The other option is I got this long-term care insurance. Why are we, they both have downfalls. What can we get out of this hybrid vehicle? And so there's lots of things that have come out. There's lots of vehicles that we've used in the past. We've used annuity vehicles, we've used life insurance vehicles. They all have benefits available to them. But there's been a lot newer things that have come out recently. And I actually want to show an example of one that we use in our office here. Actually, come back to me, Brian, here in a second. I'll come back to this sheet there in 2 seconds. But this is by a company called Equitrust. Now, there's lots of other vehicles out there. There's lots of other things it can do. This is just one example of that. And I'm saying this specifically, I'm not recommending that you do this. It is a good fit for a lot of people, but I just want to show you how this one works. Now, first off, what I like about this is it's built on an annuity chassis. So this is an annuity, but it's got very specific long-term care benefits. Now, it also is a guaranteed issue. So every single person will qualify for this. It's just a matter of what qualification do you get.
There is some age age.
Yes, age.
Guardrails.
Yeah, it's between age 50 and 80.
Yeah.
So only between ages 50 and 80 is there. But if you're between those ages, no matter what your health is, you will qualify. So let me show you what happens here. So now we can go to the iPad here, Brian. These are the coverage ratios here. So it's based on age. And so what you can see here, let's start with a 50-year-old. There's 3 levels here at 50, at every age, but you can be preferred. And they say about 70% of people get a preferred underwriting, preferred statuses here.
Across the board, regardless of age?
Yep, regardless of age. You can be standard, or they've gotten really nice. They've come up with the term secure for the lowest end here. So there's 3 levels here. Now, if you get preferred, they're going to give you 330% of your premium can be used towards long-term care. If you get standard, it's 230%. If you get secure, it's 155,000. So let's say it's 155%. Yeah. So let's say you put $100,000 in, and you want it for long-term care at 50 years old. 330,000, 330% of 100. If you get the preferred rating, 230,000 can be used for long-term care, and 150. So you put 100 in, and 155 can still go towards long-term care. Now that's a 50-year-old. That's the youngest. We don't see many 50-year-olds applying for this. I want to compare it down here. Actually, let's just go straight across. We can look straight across here. Here's age 64 or 66. So we're 16 years later. This is a normal age. Mid-60s is usually we see people thinking about this. The preferred is still 314%. So it's over 3 times. 214 and 139 for secure. So you're still getting, this is the use of the money for long-term care. So that's the first win. Okay. If you need it for long-term care, it's available to you. Now, because it is built on an annuity chassis, it is going to grow, and it's linked to the link that we use here is it either can grow in a fixed account or it can grow linked to the S&P 500. Either way, it's going to grow. And if you don't use it, if you die peacefully in your sleep, your kids get whatever it's grown to. No big deal. And same time, there is a surrender charge on it, which I'll show it to you, but if you want that money back, it's that same money that's growing that you get back to you. You don't get the long-term care portion of it, but you get whatever you put into it. So I want to show you some examples here. So this is an actual illustration. I'm going to point out a few things here for you. First off, this is Brian's. Brian's one of our advisors in our office, so not the Brian who's sitting here you hear talk. Not his name, but this is our advisor. He wrote this for us. This is a 64-year-old. So going back here, if I look, here's 64, 316% as a preferred underwriter. So he put $100,000 in it. The initial benefit is 316,000. So all of those show up there. Now what we look at here, this is line 1. This is the premium. So we put $100,000 in, and you can see no more money goes in for the rest of the time here. Then we look at the fees. There are fees to this. They're right here. So that's there. This is the hypothetical earnings. So this is looking backwards, back testing it. And this is what it's grown to. So at the end of year 1, we put $100,000 in. We had this much in fees. This is what it earned. This is what the accumulation value is. This is, you don't use it, you die with it. That's what's there. And you're going to notice that these two numbers, the death benefit and the accumulation value, always equal each other. So if you die with it and you don't use it, that's still your heirs' money. Now, this cash surrender value, this is, hey, I need that money for something else. I don't want it for long-term care anymore. It's going to take it 10 years for it to break even. So when I look down here, this is a 10-year product. For the first 10 years, the insurance company is going to keep some of that money if you want your money back. It's not a huge amount, but they will keep some of it. Once you reach 10 years, all 3 of these numbers will equal each other for the rest of the time you have this. So this is a good thing. So again, this is the money that's yours. It's growing for you, and it's either if I want my money to take it back or I'm going to pass away with it. Those are the 2 options. Those are the bottom 2 wins. But why people do this is over here for the long-term care portion of it. All right. So here's how much you could get on a monthly basis. Now there is a 5-year vesting schedule. So if you can not need it for 5 years, that's how you get the max benefits. So if I go out here, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now in the 5th year, this is your max benefit. That grows as long as the policy grows. Now, here's your guaranteed benefit over here. It cannot be less than this column over here. So what we look here, if we get out to that 5th year and you need long-term care coverage, they will pay you $6,582 every single month for 60 months. So that's 5 years of $6,582. That is well over $314,000 of benefit that you receive there for that. And so what do you need to qualify for this? How do you get it? How do you turn it on? What tells Equitrust, send me the money? This is what they call an indemnity policy. So there's 2 different types of long-term care. One is a reimbursement. So if you qualify for long-term care, you will have to submit your long-term care bills to the insurance company and they will choose to pay them or not. This is not that type. This is an indemnity policy, and all you need to do is not be able to perform 2 of 6 activities of daily living. This is a normal thing. Activities of daily living are the ability to get out of bed, the ability to bathe yourself, the ability to go to the bathroom, feed yourself, clothe yourself. There's like another one, but similar to that. I think be able to walk. If you can't perform 2 of those and a doctor certifies it, you automatically qualify. And they will start sending you that $6,000 plus a month. You can do whatever you want with it. You can pay someone to take care of you in your house. You can use it for long-term care. And this is a great supplement in that hybrid information there. So this is a great tool for people who are looking for how do we have this money set aside for long-term care. We don't want to get a policy because of things we've talked about, but we want those benefits that are there. This is a great avenue for that to be able to protect yourselves here. So this is a tool that we use quite a bit. It's something that you're going to see more and more of this coming out. But for people who talk a lot about long-term care, these are the type of things that you have available to you that's out there to protect your assets, protect your loved ones into the future.
I have a question though.
I could tell you had a question. You were thinking deeply.
Because and Brian's looking at me. He's like, of those 6 things you listed, day to day, you do 5 of those 6 for me. As is. Like you,
Actually very accurate.
yeah,
that's true.
He feeds me, he bathes me occasionally. I mean, so would I qualify or would Equitrust be like, whoa, whoa, whoa?
Well, I think it's the fact that you have the capacity to actually do them yourselves. You just choose not to.
That's true.
Yeah, so
that's a good point.
It's very different there.
Yeah.
Sure, I don't know if you want to touch on this, but I'm sure a lot of people are thinking about this when they're watching. Does this follow the traditional long-term care, if you don't use it, you lose it mentality?
So yeah, so we go back to the illustration here. This is where we talk about the fact that if you don't use it, this is the amount that goes to your heirs. So if you don't use it, let's say we get out here, let's go to age 80. This is this column, age 82 here. You don't need it. You die peacefully in your sleep. What'll happen is the insurance company will send your heirs that it's almost $300,000 at that point in time. So it's not a use it or lose it. This is a true, you've got an extra spot for that money, and so this is where we want it to go over here. So
After the 60 months, what would happen then if they're paying out?
So after 60 months, it will stop paying. Okay. So that's why we look at, we have to get good in insurance. I'm going backwards in the illustration here. The bell curve here. So the odds of people needing more than 60 months, it's rare that that's out there.
Okay.
So I would love to be able to protect you your entire life, but that gets really, really expensive.
Okay.
And so for most people, this is what we need to have happen inside of there.
Cool.
So if you'd like to know more about it or how to fund long-term care, our office does a lot of this work, especially for retirees, because it's a very hot topic. We were happy to reach out. If you're a client of ours, we are talking to you about it, I know. And if you're not, you just want to know more about it, we're happy to answer any questions you have.
What I'll do, Josh, I'll put, if you go to jobwithjosh.com, at the very top of the page will be like this episode. I'll put a little bit more information about how they can get in touch with us if they're interested in learning to see what they qualify for. There'll be a little form for you to submit. How about that?
Sounds wonderful.
Awesome, cool. I'll have my people take care of it for you.
That's pretty rare activities of daily living.
That's true. Now you only do 4 of the 6 for me. Yeah, perfect.
I noticed where our cameras are. I put on my guitar socks today.
Yeah.
For my son Alex, my guitar socks. But,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Long-term care. Cool, man.
A lot of fun, isn't it?
Tons of fun. Do we have any comments or questions live, Brian?
No.
No, not appropriate ones at least. All right, because he's laughing over there. I feel like something happened behind the scenes. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, one of the scenes was a little messed up. People are going to see some shamrocks here in a second.
Oh, the shamrocks. I thought I deleted those from March. Bagpipes in Boston.
If you guys are not watching what's happening with the FIFA World Cup in Boston, it's one of my wife and I's favorite things to watch right now. Boston has turned into a Scottish party pretty much. They're drinking the bars dry of beer. This is one of my favorite stories. A lot of them are staying in Providence, Rhode Island. I don't understand Northeast geography very well, but apparently Providence is close to Boston. And they were looking for transportation to the game, and it was so expensive to get buses and stuff. So they rented school buses. There's a whole bunch of them. They rented 30 school buses.
Wow.
And apparently yellow school buses are like a meme over in Europe. They didn't believe that we actually had big yellow school buses here. And they've piled them in. They bought $10,000 worth of beer. They piled them into these 30 school buses, and this pile of Scottish fans are driving to the game, which is 45 minutes. I mean, just look up Scotland takes over Boston, and it's not a bad thing. This will make you feel happy and proud. And there's so many great World Cup stories. The city of Lawrence, Kansas, if you haven't watched this, has become the second home to the Algerian national soccer team.
Nice.
The KU marching band is playing their national anthem. It's just great stuff out there.
That's awesome.
To listen to it.
And I ordered us custom kilts for today. They weren't here in time, so for July's episode though, we can have them.
People reference back to this.
Yeah, we will. Yeah,
it's good.
Perfect. Awesome. What do you think? Ready to wrap this up?
Till next month. Big announcement coming.
Big announcement. Go to jobwithjosh.com for more info.
Cheers.
Cheers.